welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reacting video. This time I'm using my iPad because my laptop has died a very tragic death. I think this might work in my favour though, because often when I film these types of videos, you guys always point out things I've missed in the comments. So hopefully having something that's a bit closer to my terrible eyesight will help me not miss really important things in the pictures. So if you're familiar with my videos where I react to rat cages and mouse cages, today we're doing things a little bit different. We're going to be reacting to people's free roam areas for their rats. So as important as it is to have a nice, big, active, interesting cage for your rats, it's also really important to make sure they do get time outside of their cage and also make this time interesting too, because it's really important to make sure your rats have a very enriching life, and a lot of this can be done outside of the cage too. So depending on which source you're reading, some places will tell you need about 30 minutes to an hour of playtime outside of the cage in a safe space for your rats. And I do understand not everyone has the amount of time that I do to be at home all day and commit to having the rats in and out of the cage whenever they want to, but I do recommend having a dedicated playtime every single day with your rats, just to allow them to run around in a safe space and get some exercise. So I thought it was really important to highlight the importance of having a safe, fun space for your rats outside of the cage and giving them that dedicated time to play around in that area. And I thought, what better way to do this than to show you some examples that I've been sent. Obviously I will be reacting to them and giving a couple of tips, but mostly I just wanted to highlight some of the amazing free roam areas you guys have set up for your rats. Now obviously you don't have to go as overboard as some of the pictures in this video. You can of course just make it really simple, as long as they have a big open space to run around, whether it's on the floor or on your bed. You can also use things in the house, you don't have to go and buy anything. It doesn't have to be an expensive thing. You can just use cardboard boxes and things lying around the house and they'll get just as much enjoyment playing with those too. So the first one I've been sent is a really good example of this. This was sent in by Scarlett, and she says, "This is my rat's free roam setup. I've made most of the items out of cardboard and paper." So when she sent this, she hasn't actually got any of her rats yet, so there's no pictures of the rats enjoying this, but just from taking a first glance I can say that I think they will really enjoy this when you get them. So this is really simple. Obviously she's also rat-proofed the room. She's put some cardboard pieces up against the wardrobe and stuff like that to stop them from going underneath, which I think is really good. And mostly she's used a variety of different boxes. She's cut holes in them. She's made a really cute box that says Rat Hotel on the front, and I really like what she's done with the cardboard box on top. She's made like a hanging chew toy with a toilet roll, which I think is really cool. She's also got a cardboard box with a plastic tunnel coming out, which looks really fun. Inside the box is shredded tissue. This is going to be really good for them to dig and forage in. There's also a second box with shredded paper, which is going to be so good for hiding treats in and making them find them. So I really like that you've given them different textures to interact with. So I like this. It's a good example of using boxes and things you just have lying around the house, and it's also really good for just getting them out when you want to. You don't necessarily have to leave them out in the room all the time, but it's good to have these things to put on the floor during playtime. So the next free roam area was sent in by my friend Lynn, who has a YouTube channel which I'll link in the description. She's recently made a custom rat pen. It has a little door that she can access to go in and out, and it's also really nice and high so they can't escape. And she has recently just made this, and I think it's really cool. So the main feature of her free roam area that I really like is the cat tree, and she's not just got a cat tree and stuck it in there, she's also attached other things like ropes and the IKEA tie holders, and also some branches with ropes twisted round. So that's really good for accessibility for the rats and gives them so many things to climb on. So I can actually spot a litter tray in the corner, which I think is really important and a really good idea, especially if you intend on having them out for a long period of time, because rats that are litter trained will try to hold it in and want to go back to the cage, but obviously they can't really tell you when they need to go to the toilet, so having that for them as an option is good. You can either just get the one out of the cage and put it on the floor, or have a separate one for them. She's also given them plenty of houses and hides. This is really important if you have rats a little bit insecure. They can have something to run and hide in, but mostly for her rats these are just going to be to play in, and she's got plenty of them. And then in the middle of the floor she's got a towel with a bowl which she uses for pea fishing. This is one of the best activities you can do in a free roam area for your rats, is giving them somewhere to pea fish, because they love it. If you've not tried it with your rats, I really do highly recommend it. I totally forgot that I intended on giving you tips on the free roam areas because I'm just so absorbed and interested in looking at the pictures, but the only thing I would say to add to this, And this is something we've already spoken about when she showed me that she was building the pen. I said it'd be really cool if she added some shelves on the wall. I think she is intending on doing this anyway, but I think this would look so cool with some shelves next to the cat tree, just to utilise all of that wall space and give them somewhere extra to climb. I think that'd be really cool, so I think she is possibly planning on doing that in the future. So the next one was sent in by My Cute Ratties on Instagram, and this is their free room area for their 6 girls. And I'm so distracted by the second picture they sent. I've been laughing at this for like the last 5 minutes, and I don't know what's going on, but that is so cute. And they said the cage is open from 6 AM to 11 PM every day, and they love to run around and find food that I thought I'd hidden well enough. That is really good. If you're able to give your rats that much access to the outside, I think that's brilliant. So if we take a look at the picture, the first thing I spot is that you've got the size of ladder that I really wanted to get. I couldn't find this anywhere, and it's definitely a lot more of a realistic size than the massive one I've ended up with. So firstly, I'm really jealous of that. I really like how many things you've given them to go in, so tunnels, houses. They've also got a really nice dig box with some cardboard bedding in for foraging. I really like that. If you wanted to, you could alternate what type of bedding is in there just to give them a different experience with different textures, but I like that you provided that. Probably my favourite thing about your free room area is the foraging toy in the middle of the floor. I think it's the Living World brand. I've eyed up buying this for my rats before. I think it's really good because it's not too difficult. You can fit different size pieces of food in, so I like that. I like that you're also providing them with enrichment outside of the cage, as well as possibly in the cage too. So yeah, I think you've done a really good job with your free room area. There's plenty of things for them to do, and they get so much time in there, which is great. Also, your girls just look really cute. I'm scrolling through all of the pictures of them and they're all super cute. So next we have some pictures from Phoebe and her rat's free room on her bed. She has 2 male rats and they live in her bedroom, which means she doesn't have that much space for free roaming, so she does do it on her bed instead, which is perfectly fine. Having a bed is actually a big expansive space you can use, and it's a really good option, especially if you're just starting out with free roam and you're a little bit worried about losing your rats. Start on a bed, it's a really good place to start. So even though she doesn't have too much space to work with, she's got a couple of different items for them. The first one being a big cardboard box that she's made into a really cute house. I love how you've decorated this, and I love the little doors. It's really similar to one that I've got, and I just think this is really cute, not only for them to play in but also for some really cute pictures too. You've also got a willow tunnel and also another hide for them, which is great. I really like the dig box filled with hay. I think that's really good. Obviously, in terms of suggestions, I'm not too sure what to suggest given the type of space you've got. I'm not too sure whether your rats aren't allowed on the floor or if you're a bit worried about losing them, but if you can give them access to the floor space as well, possibly even utilise things surrounding the cage, so give them ladders to get down from the cage, maybe even ladders to get up on the bed if you want to. You could play around with things like that just to give them a bit more space and add a couple of things onto the floor as well. The next area is from Spencer, and I really like this one. He has 2 young male Rex rats from a breeder, Aussie and Jazzy. So the first thing I see when I look at this picture is the really cute blanket you've got for them. Again, if you're a bit worried about your rats possibly peeing or scent marking on the carpet, putting down a blanket like this, which is their designated blanket, is a really good idea to give them access to that space. Then of course you've got a really nice dig box for them. You could possibly add some sort of ladder or a tunnel system going into this just to give them a bit of an easier access. It's also a really tall bin, so if you can get your hands on a bit more cocoa soil, you could make that a little bit deeper for them, but I really love that you've included that. Next to that, you've also given them a ball pit, which I think is so cute. I really hope they use this because I was so excited giving mine a ball pit and they don't really use it, so hopefully yours do because I think that's really cute. I really like what you've done with the cardboard house and also the little fleece hide you've made next to that. I think that's really creative. I've never seen one in that kind of style, so I think that's really nice. And again, I really like that you're giving them a nice big Pyrex dish for the pea fishing. All around, I think your free room area is good. Obviously you can add a couple more things to it if you want to, like tunnels and things like that, but I think it looks really good. So the next one was sent in by Megs, and I wanted to feature this one just in case you aren't able to give your rats a designated room or allow them on the floor. You can actually build them a playpen. So this is something that's really easy to achieve. You just have to make sure it's tall enough because rats will try to jump out of this. And all you do is go onto Amazon or eBay and type in shoe storage rack, and this type of rack should come up, and then you can just easily arrange it into a playpen type shape. And you can do pretty much any shape to fit the room, so these are a really good alternative to if you can't have them free roaming on the floor itself. and having access to the whole room, playpens like this are also a really good option. So I'm reading the description and it says the cardboard boxes are stuffed with t-shirts and shredded newspaper. The black hiding spot is a cat in the hat pinata with the head chopped off. Okay, there's also a ping pong ball somewhere in there. So they've got some sort of tunnel system, suspension bridge system leading from the rat cage into the playpen, which I think is really nice, especially if you have rats that maybe aren't that keen on being handled, allowing them to come and go as they please into the free roam whenever the doors open, or even if you can somehow, or you want to cut a hole in your rat cage to put the tunnel, I think it's a really nice idea. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the picture of the decapitated cat in the hat pinata. So I'm just looking at the inside of the playpen and I think it looks really good. Possibly to the human eye it's not the most visually appealing playpen out there, but to the rats they're not going to care. This is like their ideal situation with boxes and tunnels and shredded paper. They're probably really going to love this, so I think this is really nice. Whoa, this one is so cool. Okay, so the next one is sent in by Sarah and this is her free room area for her two boys, Teddy and Ralph, and Teddy and Ralph look very, very spoiled. So straight away I'm just blown away with how many box forts and things they have. I'm really jealous. I really want to be a rat and shrink myself and go and explore this play area, because if I was a rat I would really love this. The cat tree looks really nice. I think if we zoom in I can see one of the foraging toys I use with my boys, the like drawer type one. That's really good. You've also got a IKEA wine rack attached to a tube. So many different things attached to the rat tree. You've also managed to attach some hammocks, which is cool. So I really like how you've changed up the cat tree and made it a bit more ratified for them. I think that's really cool. Moving down to the second picture, I really like this aerial shot because you can see all of the herbs and stuff you put into the dig box. I'm guessing they probably didn't last very long once your boys uprooted them, but it looks really nice. I love your dig box and I love that you've put so many herbs in there. The little Garfield house is so cute. I'm not too sure where you got that from, but they're just so cute. Also you've got some ping pong balls, I think they're ping pong balls, in a box as a dig box, which is really cute. And the giraffe hammock bed thing is so cute, I love that. So yeah, I'm blown away. I really like your free room area. I'm sure your rats also really love it too. So the next one is another example of a playpen type setup, and I picked this one because I like the use of the plant. I'm not too sure, I think it's possibly willow. It will be some sort of rat safe plant, but I really like that you've added that into there just to add a bit more of a natural touch to it. But the playpen itself looks really good. You said you added two digging boxes, one with newspaper and one with cardboard, which I think is really great. Giving them the different types of textures to dig in is a really good idea. I really love this picture of your rat on the willow, please correct me if it's not willow, overhanging the pea fishing swimming pool area. That's just really cute. I love that. I love the natural aspect to it, and I also love that you provided them with a fishing area too. I really love all of the pictures of your rats actually using all of the different components of the free roam. It's really nice to see them actually interacting with the things you're giving them. You've got a picture of one of them digging in the cardboard, which is so cute. And then the last picture is them using the foraging toy, which again, I love that you've put that out for them. You're giving them enrichment outside of the cage, which is really great. So yeah, again, another great example of a really good free roam area. As you said, you use this area to interact with your rats. You cuddle with them, train and play with them. So it's a really great area to do all of those things. So this next one I had to feature because this is so creative and it's so cute, I love it. They've made little houses for the rats out of lolly sticks, and I just think they're so cute. So this is adorable, I love it. I love the little name tags you've got. Eric's house, that is so cute. Is that Eric? If not, he is trespassing in Eric's house. You've also got Jerry's lookout with a little balcony. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. The rodent hideout, and then Ruben's hut. This is adorable, I love this. I'm sure you've got so many cute pictures of them hanging out in here, so I love this idea. So again, this is something that's not necessarily easy to do, but it is going to be inexpensive. Just go out, get spare cardboard boxes, lollipop sticks, and make them something this cute, because this is adorable. And now it's really making me want to make one too. So the last one I wanted to show you, because Emma is like the queen of free roam areas. She always makes them look really good. I promise I'm not playing favourites because she's my friend, but this is really good and I feel like a lot of people could get inspiration from this. So the main thing she's done this time is create a mega dig box. This is like the dig boxes of all dig boxes. If you have a spare IKEA Detolf lying around that you used to use for a hamster or mice and you don't really have a use for it, use it as a dig box for your rats, because this is amazing. She's put so much bedding in the base of this. and just made them a massive dig box. In the dig box she has got lots of natural items, so branches and things like that. She's also got a really huge house out of a cardboard box. She's really good at making cardboard box houses for her rats, so I love that main area of the free roam, giving them so much space to dig in. I think it's really cool. She's also got a really nice planted dig box. Again, not too sure how long that's going to last, but I like that. I'm not sure what kind of herb or plant is in that. I probably should have asked her before filming this. That's really nice. I like that she's done that planted as well. You can also see the agility set she has. You can actually buy this from a Royal Rattery, which is Lynn, who was one of the first pictures I showed you. I do have a video on this coming very soon that I've done with my own agility set, but for now we can look at Emma's, and I really like the way she's painted them. The colour scheme is really cute, but also using these in the free roam area. If you don't necessarily want to train them to do agility, they're also a really fun thing to have for them to play on too. She's also got a really deep ball pit with lots and lots of balls in there. Again, a really great addition to free roam. I can just imagine them diving down to the bottom of that. Taking a look at the second picture, again she's given them a nice pea fishing area. Again, these are such a staple to use when you're free roaming, so I like that, but also I just noticed the snuffle mat in the corner. So these are commonly used with dogs and giving your dogs enrichment and keeping their brains active and entertained, but a lot of people are now realising that a lot of dog enrichment can be transferred over to rat enrichment. So snuffle mats are really good. You can hide treats in here and the rats have to work out how to get them. So I like that. I recommend going and getting a snuffle mat if you want to. Mostly they are going to be found in like the dog section, or I think a couple of people also hand make them that make hammocks. So definitely if you're interested, try to get a snuffle mat. I think that's a really good idea. So I really like what she's done with the space. Again, if this was my area and I was allowed to make modifications and I had a specific rat room, I would probably add a lot of things to the walls and add like shelves and stuff just to utilise all of that space at the top for them. Maybe even add in a cat tree or something, but I really like especially what she's done with the detolf. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me react to something a little bit different, and hopefully if you don't already give your rats a free roam area, this has inspired you to work with the space you've got and give them somewhere really cool to play. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for sending in all of your free roam areas. Obviously, of course, I can't feature every single one, but thank you to anyone that did participate. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!